How's it going, people? Let me do the thumbnail. Welcome back to another video. And I don't have a video to upload today. I didn't upload yesterday. Um, I just didn't have anything. And I was just going to sit and talk in a camera. Again, this mic doesn't work. I'm using it just for for props. It's a prop. It works, but not on this phone. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about um, my depression and how I dealt with it. So, Jesus, I tried clipping. I'm just gonna hold it. So basically, I got depressed last year. It was last year during in the summer, around the summer, and basically, the reason why I got depressed was I got injured. Basically, at this time, fitness, working out, all that stuff, even though it was very therapeutic to me. It wasn't about the looks, the strength. I cared about it at that time, but it's more about the therapeutic feeling that I felt afterward. The sense of accomplishment that I get, the dopamine hit that I get after working out. That's the thing that I was really into back then, and I still am, but not. I don't have a huge emphasis in it. I mean, I'm still trying to get stronger. I'm still trying to progress and stuff. It's like a hobby for me now. Back then, like a year ago, that was an obsession of mine. And honestly, having an obsession that big is really negative in that kind of sense, and especially in my situation. It wasn't good. So what ended up happening was I overtrained really hard, and I got like a tendon problem issue, injury that is it's still lingering till this day, but it's manageable. And yeah, I got this injury. I couldn't do any pulling type movements. I like training pulling, all that stuff. I'm not good at it, but I like training it. And yeah, that got taken away from me for about a year, straight up a year. And I fell into a spiral depression, bro. I had no sense of purpose. This is what happens when you revolve something. It's all about balance. If I'm trying, that's what I'm trying to get across. Have balance in your life. Don't just solely be obsessed with one thing. Try to strive in all other aspects in your life. Don't just do what I did, which was focus on solely only one thing and obsess over it. Because once that gets taken away, you feel like you don't have a purpose. And that's what happened to me. I ended up, being lethargic, lazy. I got no work done at all. It was summer vacation. During the summer, it got really bad. The injury happened in the beginning of the year, around January, towards the end of January, and basically, basically, in June, around June, when I got out of school, it turned bad. It absolutely turned bad, bro. I started binge watching shows. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just did it all day. I ate. I worked out still. At least I did something, which is was working out. But it felt it didn't. It wasn't fun. It was not fun at all. And in everything you do, it should be fun. And I got fat. I didn't get really fat, but I gained weight in that time period because I just ate more. I was on a bulk, which is stupid. Um, One key of advice: if you're really trying to gain weight, don't fucking force feed yourself. Do it slowly because you're not trying to gain 2 pounds per week. That's another story. Anyways, yeah. So I guess the moral of the story in this video is do not obsess over it. What did I do to get over it? To get over the depression? Well, it's very simple. I it wasn't simple. Just lied to you there. No, honestly, for me, it was. I still have periods of my life where I feel down. You know, it just it's a normal thing. I feel like it's normal for everyone to go through that type of period. It's bound to eventually happen in your life, regardless. It happened to me at 18. It happened to me this recently last year. and it's bound to happen again in my life. So I just got to deal with it, and that's the one thing I learned is that I got to deal with the things that are put in front of me. It's like a brick wall has hit me, but you got to keep going forward. You can't just quit. You can't quit life. It's not an option, bro. It's not an option. So the only thing you could do is elevate and make it better. And and the first thing is by accepting where you are. If you fail at something or you gotta accept it. It happened. Get over it. It's that simple. And for me, depression was really, really, it stemmed down to the injury. So basically, I looked at myself and I'm like, okay, I injured myself. I can't do anything about it. I can't get a time machine and go back in time. So I gotta accept it. And what can we do? What can I do? So I started doing rehab exercises, and it was a trial and error situation. I'll talk about the injury in a separate video. Maybe it can help a few people who are dealing with the type of injury that I dealt with. But it's a chronic injury that I still have, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad as before. Before I used to grab a pull-up bar, ached, ached like hell, dude. I couldn't even hang. Regardless, I accepted it and I started doing rehab exercises. I just got again. This is bad again. I got obsessed with trying to fix this injury, and that just made it worse. So I accepted it, and I decided, okay, instead of doing rehab exercises every single gosh darn day, which is stupid, except if you're not going to failure. If you're doing it moderately, like light, you could do it daily. But I wasn't doing that. I was fucking doing it heavy, which was stupid. Again, because I was so obsessed with trying to fix the injury that I was just causing more harm to myself. And yeah, to the point, you don't ever want to be in that level. So I just got in the spiral of depression, yada yada, and I accepted it. So I started doing rehab two times per week. It was 3 times. Then I dropped it to 2 times per week. And as I saw improvement, the depression just started going away. I started getting myself together. I started putting. I started acting. And depression to me was laziness. It was for me, it's laziness. For other people, it might be different. Very different. But for me, I experienced it as like lazy, down all the time, not wanting to do absolutely anything, not being outside. I didn't go outside the entire summer last year. It was bad. This summer, I made no efforts either, but I started now every single day. I gotta go outside. There's not a chance I'm staying indoors. I gotta go touch grass. And that's the first step. I think going outside really helps. So, step one, go outside. Step two, acknowledge, hey, this is normal. It's all right, man. We're all gonna feel down, sometimes. The best thing we could do is to accept it. Accept that you're, sad. Accept that you're depressed. It's normal, but it's also important to, move on, because it's not okay to stay stagnant forever unless you're trying to be, average. But I don't think average people want to stay the same forever. Everyone is unique. Everyone's unique. So the way I got rid of my depression was just accepting it, working through the rehab and all that, fixed it psychologically. And over time it just went away. But this is my experience. There are other people who have different experiences. I just have this experience. So if you want any other experiences, there's a lot of them in YouTube. Maybe you can relate to this, maybe you can't. I don't know, man. I'm just a guy on the internet just speaking out of his brain, out of his mouth. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. All I know is I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I'm gonna go work out now. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Peace.